Good morning, friends. Today we are discussing an incident of assault by the CBI DIG on the public prosecutor of the same wing, that is CBI. An advocate by name Mr. Amit Sahani of the Delhi High Court, he has filed a request to the Standing Council of Delhi High Court, Standing Council, just like our Attorney General, Mr. Rahul Mehra, seeking consent for proceeding against the DIG CBI by name Raghavendra Vatsa under Section 15 of the Contempts of the Courts Act 1971. You may be knowing. So before initiating any contempt against a government servant, normally permission from the Attorney General or permission from the Standing Council is necessary. Therefore, he sent a letter to the CBI to the Standing Council of the Government of Delhi to issue permission to him to go for contempt action against the CBI DIG. What happened? Why to such an extent they have gone? Now let us know. Right? So before that, I want to inform you, please, it is an authority. The CBI or the CBI prosecution wing, all these things, they are authority. There is a procedure laid down for dealing with the disciplinary action. Suppose, normally, if some person does not deliver the goods, normally you can chide him or you can do whatever like in the normal course. But he is also a government employee, you are a government officer. In certain cases, there are CC and A, that is Code of Conduct and Appeal rules are there. You have to follow the same rules, but you should not come into brickbats with him, or you should not physically assault him, and you should not actually literally abuse him also. It's not at all correct. It's you are an authority, you have to follow the principles. Of course, if you are not happy with his action, you can recommend for his transfer, you can give him a charge memo, you take his explanation. If not, straight away under Article 311, you can get him removed from the service. That is the only procedure laid by the government authority, but not going to brickbats or physical assault. Here the allegation is that only. That's why in the initial stage I am telling the introduction to you. So as officers, never ever abuse your subordinates. If at all anything there, put it in black and white, put it on paper, take his explanation, then fire him. Nobody will question you. Right? So now, when we go into the details of this case, one, Sunil Kumar Verma, he is working as the PP to the CBI in Saket Court, in the court Delhi. He is representing the CBI, right? So, the case is relating to a former IAS officer, Mr. Rajendra Kumar. Mr. Rajendra Kumar, along with Empower Solutions Limited. So it is the CBI booked him, arrested him under Prevention of Corruption Act and also the criminal conspiracy, because he colluded with that Empowerment Endeavor Systems Private Limited, and actually he has given a quotation, he has given a contract to them for 9.5 crores and caused a loss to the government of Delhi, to the state government of Delhi, to a tune of 12 crores. Therefore, the case was booked against him by the CBI. He was arrested in 2016. He was released on bail. The police filed the charge sheet also. CBI police filed the charge sheet also. But so far, the first step of framing of charges was not at all started. So the DIG wanted, why so far the framing of charges was not started, what the PP is doing. So he wanted an explanation, or he wanted to interact with the PP. So the senior officers of that is prosecution department, director of prosecutions, he asked our Sunil Kumar Verma to go and approach her, to go and meet the DIG Raghavendra Vatsa in his chambers on 9th October. So, as per the instructions on the 9th October 2020 at about 10:30 a.m., our CBI PP, he went to the office of the DIG. DIG came there, but on coming to know his name, the allegation leveled by Mr. PP, the Sunil Kumar Verma, is that on learning that he is so-and-so CBI PP, immediately the DIG actually assaulted him or fisted him, punched on his face straight away. In his words, he punched on his face on knowing that he was CBIPP and attempted to strangle him. After 1 minute, the DIG said, okay, you sit down, let us have a chat about the case. But the CBIPP did not sit. He has come out of the room of the CBI DIG crying, shouting aloud that he was assaulted, and straight away he went to the police station and he gave a report to the police station. Of course, as usual, no case registered. A senior police official in Vasant Kanj police station, they are stating that we have received a complaint and we are conducting an inquiry before taking legal action. Of course, there were no visible injuries. He was not sent to the hospital. As usual, the police version is like that only. Then on 12/10/2020, during the video conference, this CBIPP, he has narrated the entire episode to the district judge, to the judge of CBI court. So through video conferencing, he told the entire thing that he went there, that is the DIG actually attempted to strangle him or punch him or physically assaulted him, simply to say. Then the court took it very seriously. Incidentally, the advocate on behalf of Rajendra Kumar, he was also present, retired IAS officer. So the advocate stated, see how much audacity the DIG has got. Why should he beat him? It is the duty of the court to frame the charges and proceed further. What the PP can do, he can request the court, that's all. In what way PP is connected is nothing but bullying the PP or harassing the PP. Due to some political reasons, they wanted to take vengeance against my client like that. The DIG should be called to the court to take explanation of all these things. Anyway, the matter was taken very seriously. Right? Of course, the judge also thought that since PP is an officer of the court, he has to take action. Therefore, he has asked the DIG to come and appear on the next date of adjournment, that is on 19/10/2020. Right? So on 19/10/2020, the DIG appeared before the court and he stated that he did not physically assault him. He wanted to check up as to why the matters are pending for so many 4 years. And of course, he has already written a report on 8/10/2020 against the CBIPP for his attitude and the lackadaisical attitude towards the court work and the slow place, that is nail space in which the progress of the court is going on, like that. He has of course informed the court also. But here the main point is whether the DIG can assault the CBIPP. That is a major problem. How can he beat him? Whether it is true or not. Of course, the submission by the DIG is that he has the CBIPP has replied in an adamant way. So normally they do like that because you may be knowing in protocol wise, PP is next to the district judge cadre. Protocol wise, district judge top level, then collector, then SP. So after the district judge, protocol PP comes. He thinks that he is equal level of the DIG or equal level of the SP. That's why he would have spoken like that. We have seen an incident at Ongole where a PP was chided for his so much of careless talking before SP. Of course, you have to give respect to the cadre. Maybe your protocol is otherwise. So somehow it happened. So he has replied in an arrogant way. Therefore, he might have sent the report. Of course, as per the DIG's version, nothing has happened. Now, what to do with the court? The court stated that neither of the incidents happened in my presence. Of course, as an officer of the court, we have to support him. Anyway, both of them have given reports to the police and let them decide in the court of law. That's all, they have kept quiet. But Amit Sahani, he wanted to take up the matter as a contempt of court. He has written letters to the CB, Bar Council of India also, because definitely here the point is this man CBIPP, he did not inform the superiors about the incident. He has straight away gone to the police station, he has reported the matter. Of course, the police as usual, they are conducting inquiry, we don't know when they will register the case. Here the failure of police comes. Suppose if they registered a case, then the DIG would have come to their knees. The CBIPP would have been feel happy. Okay, the outcome may be different. The CBIPP would not have been assaulted. The DIG is so honest, DIG is so cool. Let them, the investigation will decide. But why inquiry, even though 101 cases we are deciding, the police people did not mind their ways. They are not changing their attitude. Attitude should change. Here, departmental action. It is a departmental action may take a lot of time. So once again, please read Lalit Kumari versus Government IGP 2014 case. And here I request the police at least now to register a case. If it is a non-cognizable case, take permission from the court. 155, take permission, stop the investigation. The heavens are not going to fall down. But why favoring the DIG? Why showing a hostile attitude toward the PP? Why all this nuisance? And now, if the matter is taken to the court, if the contempt action is taken, then who has to suffer? The DIG. Suppose if he has come out with a clean sheet, nobody will feel. So that is what I want. At least the police, if they react and if they reach the case, will be happy. Anyway, this is an incident which is an unsavory, unprotected, which is against the ethics of the police and also the so-called CBI department. Good case. Anyway, the incident is good. You have to read it and you have to understand the intricacies as to what is going to happen next. Thank you very much.